Now let's get into the most anticipated section of Toastmaster, which is listening to Gertie's speech. I know Gertie for a long time, and she's a very experienced speaker. And we always hear her funny stories and everything else. And I'm really looking forward to today. Now, Gertie, I don't know if Nishan will be able to speak, but
yes, I'm ready, Linda.
Okay, go ahead, Nishan.
All right. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Today, I have the privilege of introducing Srikirti. She is actually giving an icebreaker from Persuasive Influence Pathway, and her speech title is I Really Want to Do It. With that, please help me welcome our past president, Srikirti.
Hi, everyone. My name is Srikirti, and I get paid to work as a software engineer in AWS Redshift. My other titles include Toastmaster, speaker, mentor, leader, singer, improviser, and most recently, actor. I joined Toastmasters 4 years ago and haven't stopped talking about it since then. My friends and colleagues are always curious to learn about the process, or are interested. What does a meeting typically look like? What do you do there? I'm patient. I'm always happy to answer their questions and explain to them what goes on in the meetings. They seem interested at first, but most of them, they don't attend the meetings. They don't actually end up doing anything or joining the club. They are all big talk, but no action. Have you come across the situation yourself where you think you're finally going to do something like, oh, I'm finally going to start working out this year, but never do it? You want to get fitter, but you can never let go of the bucket of chicken wings that you seem to be holding. Was there something that you really wanted to do, but just couldn't get yourself to act on it? This lack of motivation is called procrastination. My fellow procrastinators, in my recent past, I have found 2 reasons why I procrastinate. On October 1st this year, I had the opportunity to audition for a live theater play. I had signed up for the audition 4 weeks before that date. Enough time for me to prepare for my first ever audition, right? Wrong. I spent the first 2 weeks planning my epic birthday party. I went all out because it was my 30th, although while thinking I should have enough time to prepare for the audition. I'm only going to turn 30 once. It's okay if I don't do well in the audition, right? If I didn't go at all to the audition, it's not going to be the end of the world. It's fine. At the end of the 3rd week, however, I had no option but to get serious. The least I should do is at least pick the scene, the 3-minute audition scene that I need to do, right? After watching countless YouTube videos, some of them related to the audition, some of them not, I landed on the perfect movie clip that best suited the audition requirements and my personality. Even after picking the scene, I did not have the motivation or attention span to practice for more than 15 minutes at a time. I started introspecting as to why I'm not able to do this, even though I really, really want to do it. When I watched a recording of myself practicing the scene, I realized why I was procrastinating. I did not think I was good enough. I didn't think I could actually land the part. The fear of just going out of my comfort zone and potentially embarrassing myself deterred me from starting the process at all. But I fought through it, and now I have my first ever acting role in that. When the director called to let me know the good news, he was shocked to learn it was my first audition ever. Another example of doing things that make you feel uncomfortable is my recent silent meditation course on November 3rd, where I was completely offline for 3 days. No music, no talking, no reading. I have done this 8 times already, but this was going to be the first time since my father passed away. Since that awful day in July, every day I hide my pain to deal with it another day. The 30th birthday party, the improv, the play, nothing but distractions to keep myself from dealing with his loss. I knew regular meditation would help me process it. Each morning, I think, I really want to do it, but I end up not doing it. 2 reasons for this. One was I did not feel I deserved to be happy. I failed my dad. I did not take care of him. I wanted myself to suffer. I still do. 2 was that I had a reason to not do anything else. The pain I was feeling had become familiar and comfortable. I was getting used to it. And if I was not able to perform another task, I couldn't meet a friend, I couldn't meet a deadline at work, I could attribute it all to this one thing. Everything paused at that moment. As much as I was dreading the meditation course, I made myself go through it. Nevertheless, it was painful, it hurt. On the second day, there was this one particular meditation where I was just weeping through it all endlessly. But at the end of the 3rd day, I felt lighter. Although nothing will ever fill the gap in my left by my dad, I was able to get the clarity on how I would honor his memory and move forward in my life. I know he'd want me to be happy. That's all parents ever want, right? So what have you learned? I know you're looking for some tips and tricks to overcome procrastination. Here are the 3 ways I found to be effective. The first has a duality in it. 2 sides of the same coin, if you will. Public embarrassment. When you decide to do something new, this is a big roadblock. Either you soar under the pressure by telling as many people as you can, or you don't tell anyone until you get really good. I choose the former because, in my experience, people who love you are rooting for you to succeed, and their faith gives me motivation to give it my best shot. The added bonus in both cases, however, is that you get to rub it in their faces when you do it well at the end. Okay, second tip is put money where your mouth is. I spent $400 on that meditation retreat. Spending money is making a commitment. Works 100% of the time with Asians and frugal Amazonians. Finally, it is natural to be afraid of failing when you're doing something new. And especially when you know it is going to be an uphill climb. Use that fear to your advantage, to try harder and get better. The next time there is something you really want to do, go ahead and just do it. Don't let the fear of failing or feeling of discomfort stop you from being your best self. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much.